You're doing well. I wanted to demonstrate my application. It is basically a hospital appointment scheduler, and it is a sort of clone this app because I am the client of this app. I have used several times, and I really like it because it's really easy and convenient to use. And I've implemented the same logic, the design almost the same. And if I can, as a patient, I can look for a dentist and then see available appointments and doctors, right? I can see the doctor info and then available slots, and then I can book it, I can cancel it, right? And the same goes in my current application. I will have an admin where I will initially sign up the admin, seed the database with admin, then any other user except admin will by default will be patient, and then later on admin can elevate that, promote that patient to be a doctor, and then doctor can complete their profile. So everything we have is just three entities: admin, admin authentication, of course, and then admin, patient, doctor or patient, and each of them have their own CRUD. Admin can basically do anything: delete the user, list the users, and then elevate some users to be a doctor, and add specializations. Initially, admin can add specializations. I mean, databases see that with initializations like specializations, like cardiology and then dentist and everything. Then doctor signs up. And doctor can complete his profile, right? And update his profile, add specializations. Once they promoted as a doctor, they can complete their profile by adding specializations and every info that's needed for the application. And they can add their weekly availability, and depending on that, it will automatically generate from the template available slots for the patients. And patients can sign up and they can do the same things, look for a slot and then book a slot, and then see the list of appointments and then cancel their appointments, right? So it is as simple as that. For each entity, admin have the most power, and then later on doctor has his power, which completing every info related to doctor, and then patient, of course, booking and then canceling all those sort of things. So each of them have their CRUD implementation. So overall, the app works around those three entities, and we have specialization. Of course, it's just an specialization. It's separate entity that we assign to a doctor. Let's say someone promoted as doctor, and then they can add their specializations. But the main logic is around all those three people. So for each entity, you cannot, if you're not admin or if you're not patient, you cannot do any sort of CRUD thing within that endpoint, because authentication is really well protected. So you have to well authenticate that in order to access to those roles. So every role is well protected. And so let's see, I'm gonna just demonstrate how to run the application with Docker. And so I'm starting fresh. I can show you, as you can see here in my Docker desktop, I don't have any images, so it's empty, and that's my database, and everything is just empty. It's from earlier examples. I'm just deleting it, but we will start everything fresh, and I will keep updating and keep showing the Docker and then the actual database, so that app actually functions correctly. So let's start npm run docker app, which starts our Docker application within Docker. So while it's reloading, we can see here I've started my three images, which is database and then backend API and then backend reminder scheduler, which is basically is just a email service which sends, you know what, tomorrow within before 24 hours it sends patients a little notification, kind of reminder, you know what, tomorrow you got an appointment, just don't forget it, and every info that's needed for that patient. And actual application and then database. So we have three images, and yep, everything is great and everything is healthy, and we can just see the application if it works correctly. If I run Docker logs, we can see what it did is basically it created a database and then added initial data with all the migrations, creating tables and then indexes, constraints, and then it's seeded with initial data. As you can see here, admin initially seeded to a database, and I can create another new terminal so that our app runs here. And right now, as you can see here, if I go to my users, okay, let me start this database. Okay, it asks me for the password. Okay, let's save it, the password. Okay, yep, as you can see here, our hospital app database is created from that from that command, right? It created everything from that command, and as you can see, I can show you if the user has been added. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's the seeded admin. So initial we seed the admin, so role is admin and the username is admin and every other things that are needed. So we have password hash, email, and then ID, which is UUID. So right now we only see that table with admin, right, users, and we have appointments and all those entities. And to go further, and I have actually to test the endpoints more efficiently, so that you don't have to manually add the body and the header, copy paste the access token. So I made one smoke test which actually accesses each user. For example, you can sign in as an admin, and you can check all the endpoints happy path automatically, so you don't have to manually check the endpoints. So in order for this test to work, smoke test is just an end-to-end test for backend, so it does everything automatically. So let's go and let's run our smoke test with Docker. npm run smoke and then Docker. Yep, we can see just health check, admin login. What it did is actually send the admin login with all those credentials and a list of specializations, and signing up doctor and signing up patient, and admin is doing all the CRUD stuff, right? And doctor can log in, doctor completing profiles and specialization, and doctor setting weekly availability. You know what, these times I'm available, and depending on that, generating the slots, and then patient log in later on. Patient look for slots, and the patient can book a slot, and the smoke test passed successfully. And how do I know if it's actually working, right? It's just a random script. Okay, let's check it. So if you're gonna go and check, you know what, initial we got only admin. Right now let's check it. So we got 3 users. As you can see, smoke test automatically did everything, every endpoint. It went to every endpoint, and then those things did these things magically. So we can, as you can see, we have patient and we have doctor. Initially, Dr. House also signed up as patient, but later on, admin elevated that user to be a doctor. So just not everybody can come and sign up as doctor, right? Admin should be the one who assigns to those all those roles. As you can see from the script, we can see that we booked an appointment, right, from the patient perspective. Let's see if actually that's the case, if it actually wrote to our database, right? And if I want to see appointments, I can see that, okay, we got an appointment which is confirmed, which that patient looked for cardiology, feeling chest pain for the symptoms, and then book an appointment with the Dr. House. Since we got only 3 users, I just wanted to demonstrate everything with just one role, because it's gonna be the same for other how many users, right? So just to keep the things simple. And we can see the available slots that doctor has added as well. Doctor has added for next 4 and 6 weeks his available slots. As you can see here, from the doctor set weekly availability and then generated 2 slots. Those slots are availability slots are available for the patients. They can see it, they can book that as we see from this example, right? We can see all those users, slots. And right now, if I go to the weekly availability, is the template that doctor usually adds. Let's see it. So we can see that doctor added weekday 1 and weekday 2, which is Monday and Thursday. So Dr. House is usually available in those hours, in between these hours, and then depending on those weeks, it automatically generates all the slots for the next 6 weeks or 4 weeks, right? As you can see, everything works fine. It may seem a little bit magic. For that, I have also implemented another one-by-one checking endpoint, which is my requests HTTP. It's gonna do the same thing. For example, I can check the health of the application because it's running via Docker. Okay, it's true. I can sign up the admin. It's gonna be email already in use because we have already signed up our admin with Docker. But if I start fresh and it's gonna sign up the admin and then it's gonna log in the admin, but I don't have to copy paste everything. Even though I'm checking one by one, I don't have to do anything manually, right? You signed in as an admin. I don't have to copy paste, it will automatically get the token if I see admin profile, and then I can see role and admin info. I can sign up doctor. Of course, it's already mail use because we have already signed in doctor seeded the database with Docker. But if I start fresh, the same flow goes one by one. It's just the same thing goes, but I'm doing here one by one, right? I can complete the profile. I can see the profile. I can sign up the patient already in use because sign up, and we can log in, and I don't have to do anything manual. I just have to use, I'm using REST client extension, which is VS Code extension for that, and then I'm just making all those requests, and admin can see the list of users. As you can see, we have 3 users and total of 3, and the limit is 100. I mean the pagination, all the optional best practices I try to follow. And we can see a list of specializations that we initially seeded the database with, which is cardiology, neurology, dermatology, surgery. And we can actually see the, once again, if we go back to the doctor flow, we can log in, we can see the profile of the doctor. These are all the endpoints. So for each endpoint, admin, patient, and doctor, we have all the CRUD implementation. Admin have even more. Admin can manage everything, almost everything, of course. And we can see doctor set specializations, doctor completing kind of their profile, and then we can see weekly availability. Doctor adds those weekly availability, and from the template it will automatically generate it for the next weeks and the next weeks, and then those slots are available for the users as I have shown in the database. These are the same things that I'm showing, but I'm showing in one step, right? Then doing it by smoke testing, which is automatically handles everything. And so doctor also can exceptions, right? Because we have already generated a lot of slots, but how about for the next Wednesday I cannot work, let's say Thursday doctor cannot work, but he added the slot and there are appointments, right? They're gonna be cancelled, and then doctor adds reason, you know what, I get conference for the next week, and so I cannot do that, right? So we have also doctor exceptions, which a doctor can add the exception, let's say conference, so all the appointments are cancelled, and then notified for patients that okay, it's cancelled, please reschedule or something like that. And doctor can generate slots inserted, so we generated from that template for the next 4 or 6 weeks, right? And let's say doctor appointments, and we can see that the doctor got an appointment, right? Because as you can see here, we have already booked an appointment, which means it's shown in here. I mean, it's separate, sorry for mixing up, but when we create an appointment, it will look from the database and then see a list of appointments. It's confirmed chest pain, as we have seen only one patient and one doctor, so that's the same appointment. And for the patient flow, we can see that patient can actually search for the appointment slots. As you can see from the generated slot, we can see all the available slots, and patient can list of appointments and let's say let's book another appointment, right? So we got 2 appointments right now, and let's see the list of appointments. So we got 2 appointments, right, for the same doctor. Both status are confirmed, and we got let's just cancel one of them, right? It's just cancel it, so it's closed. and then if I get the list of appointments once again, I can see every appointment, but as you can see, the status one of those appointments status is cancelled and one is confirmed. So we just cancel the appointment, and then if we see that appointment from the doctor's perspective, let's say doctor can see all the appointments with the patients and then realize, okay, this patient has canceled their appointments, so that we only got one appointment. So overall, when it comes to the application, basically that's it. And okay, let me just run the tests, and then okay, our tests. And okay, I haven't shown you the reminder, right? Because we got an appointment for those booked appointments. We can send the reminders 24 hours before that appointment. Let's say we want to send to a patient a reminder notification, npm run demo reminder and docker. Yep, as you can see, we have sent a demo a notification to a user, which is hello John, and then we got this reminder for your appointment, doctor with the Dr. House specialized cardiologist, since you said you are feeling the chest pain and everything. So it sends a reminder. So we got email service. Of course, I would add actually an SMS service as well. That would be great. I was also planning to add payments, but I had to cut some features because I was a little bit close to a deadline. Yeah, that's it basically. Overall, the application, one script for you to run all the endpoints, of course, except several ones, because they are the kind of exceptions. I mean, I tested all the happy paths, right? And for negative paths, I implemented this thing as well. I mean, request, you can do it manually for here. Manually thing is just one click, so you don't have to do anything manually in here. Yeah. And I have, okay, let me show the testing, npm test. So I got around 80 or 80 percent of testing coverage, and I have also implemented CI/CD, which is passing. As you can see, my current version and then local and then remote is the same. Yeah, you can see here one thing, but it's just the credentials that I updated with my current credentials, so that's why it's yelling me that you made a change, but it's the same. It's the same. If I can go to my actions, and I can see my linting and then testing is passing, so test coverage and then linting and formatting, everything works fine. And in my GitHub, as you can see, nothing failed from the actions, and yeah. Overall, that's it basically about application. And what else? Okay, I can what else we got? I think, yeah, that's it. Overall, how the app works. And other than that, best practice that I did was logging. I used Puno for the logging, and I did some integration and the unit testing as well. I mean, unit testing and integration testing as well. And I followed actually controller and service and repositories, where repository is basically makes all the raw SQL thing, right? Only accessing database via repository. So if I can demonstrate it in here, we got repositories, and then we got later on services. Services are all the business logic, and then we got controllers, which is the manager, let's say manager, and then which manages endpoints, right? Which manages endpoints. So I followed this flow of the project structure because I like it more. So I can see that, okay, what the repository is SQL, and then services is just business logic, and controller just controls everything. And of course, I have entities, which is DTOs, the types that I'm using, and for that I'm using Zod to validate the types, but overall the flow is as I have shown in here. And my DTOS is within entities and database, everything database related, creating and then resetting and everything. Of course, by the way, I forgot to mention that you can actually docker down and then npm run docker down and then start everything fresh, and you repeat the same commands and then it starts fresh from scratch. And yeah, and I think that's basically it. So I followed this thing and overall the code structure, and other than that I think basically that's it from my side. So I tried to follow all the best practices when it comes to backend app, and as you can see here, I passed dependency. I use dependency injection structure where I pass all the database connection strings, and then from that index I only pass the actual database from the config, right? So it follows all those flows and then gives from this parent. So, and I think yeah, I think that's it. So I can maybe also, when it comes to testing, I follow this collocation testing, which is, of course, I could create a test folder in another and then later on add all those tests, because I don't like that approach a lot, because this approach is just, you know what, authentication, okay, I can see the authentication, okay, cool, and then I can see the test next to it, right? I don't have to get to the other folder just to see the test for this file, right? I followed for each file that same collocation testing structure, so I added each test next to them. And for Scheduler, I got that email service where I sent, you know, as we have seen, the reminder. And I think yeah, basically that's it. Yep. And I am really excited, and I am really thankful for all the mentors and for all the stuff. It was really great journey, and it really taught me a lot about backend thing, about the programming at all. And I'm really excited, and I would love to hear feedback from your side as well.